Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon, and I write games for fun. So what are we working on today? Well, we are working on Okaa-San's Big Happy Family, our totalitarian dictatorship game about being a member of the secret police. So, what's the changes from last time? Well, two big changes was I added one, two, three. I added three new classes effectively. The Ronin, who were pretty much former Hikikomoris, or people who are just naturally resistant to the drugs, and they get a memento of the past and the Hikikomori bandana. They're pretty good at operating, which we'll get to that in a second. We added the Sohei, which are pretty much religious people. They have pretty solid stats all around. They're just not really good at tech and not terribly strong. And then the Burakumin, Burakumin, that's me, Burakumin, which, if you ever want to read about something real fucked up in Japan, it's the Burakumin. It's very fascinating. Pretty much just dirty people got put into the sadness place. Wait. Okay, a car alarm is going off. It's just like, they have operating and physicality as their main things, but they have zero empathy. It makes them one of... Actually, everyone has empathy except them. But the idea is that they're just foreigners. And the other big change, what happened, as efficiently as possible, was that I changed operating, formerly manipulating, to operating, and violence into physicality. Now, the idea behind operating is I wanted... Manipulating was supposed to be about like manipulating the world around you as well as doing things. So I'm like, okay, operating kind of gives that better than manipulation, which has a distinctly personal tone to it. I manipulate people. I don't manipulate tech, even though it's technically correct. So I kind of played on that a little bit, and this is your operating stat. You want to operate operationally, you're going to be adding your operating. Now, I hope physicality got replaced, and the entire idea behind physicality is beat the shit out of things you don't like. Is there a problem? Yes. Can I punch it, hit it, kick it, smash it, or make it do something with it? That's physicality. It's all about just employing your body to do things. Outside of that, I added I made pretty with metrics. Bliss, obviously. Look happy, don't think about it. Our ego stabilizations. Our meat, and finally our threat. These are actually pretty easy to do, and you notice they're all 6. That is on purpose. It's pretty much like, yeah, okay, you fill in these as successes. They're supposed to represent dice, almost. So, oh no, we're breaking into someplace, and we need to go in there and beat someone up. Oh no, we've been spotted. You might have to, like, sacrifice some of your meat to get those successes, kind of you fighting somebody. That's what it's about. Will it work? Probably fucking no. Who knows? We are running on pure adrenaline and sadness today. She got some coffee today. Good coffee, too. Why are people the way they are? And pinging me on Discord through mass general pings. So let's see. What do we have to work on today? We're working on encounters and equipment. All right, this should be simple enough to do. So, actually, we're going to break this down into scenes. Actually, we'll call it situational analysis. Scenes. Yeah, we're using that terrible little term, scenes. Ugh. This entire thing of writing a narrative game has been nothing but pain for me. Every part of my lizard brain has been like, no, stop it right now. Yeah. So let's get rolling. Okay, situational analysis scenes. Every episode. If I can actually spell correctly, every episode is broken down into distinct scenes. Scenes presenting parts of the representing parts of the story. Whose car alarm is going off? Is someone getting shot? Which fun fact. Apparently, in my area, they've deployed the ATF and the local police force to combat gun violence because people have been getting shot everywhere. It's like, no, guys, please stop getting shot. Please stop shooting people. Part of the story. At the agent taking part in each scene. Each scene can be represented by one of three different. How do I want to word this? Do I actually have a name for them? Did I write down a name for them? Probably not, because I'm a fucking idiot. Okay. So, every episode is broken down into distinct scenes representing parts of the story the agents will be taking part in. Each scene can be represented by one of three different styles. And we'll call it that. One of three different styles. Actually, what we'll call it is conversations, encounters, and casual scenes, encounter scenes, casual, encounter, and link scenes. So, okay, we'll break this down. We want to do this. Casual scenes. In every story, there are moments when the characters aren't being necessarily threatened. These are called casual scenes. In a casual scene, the agents are attempting to gather information or find out the next step in the investigation. Agents can be in multiple casual scenes. Actually, how do I want the word? Okay. Different agents in different casual scenes all happening at once. Allowing them to create ground and keep things moving along. During a casual scene, should I capitalize scene? During a casual scene, agents do not roll there. Yep. During a casual scene, agents do not roll their planning checks. Do not roll a planning check. Do not roll a planning check. However, should a casual scene escalate in danger, they will be able to roll a opportunity check instead. The main goal of casual scenes is to further the story indirectly by allowing agents to find clues, ascertain problems, or simply recuperate. Actually, an agent may forgo having a casual scene to reduce any of their metrics to 0, representing some downtime and their personal relaxation. And then we'll put a footnote. These can lead to link scenes. These can lead to link scenes regardless. The story indirect is further the story by allowing you to find clues, ascertain problems, or simply recuperate. Only be a few casual scenes spread throughout a full episode. Because the idea is so, oh my God, no. These can lead recuperating agents can still find themselves in danger, or recuperating still find themselves in danger or in a different scene or on a different scene. The idea behind a casual scene is that you're not really preparing for anything. You're going into it with the intent of, we need to find something out. So, to give you an idea of what this actually is, a casual scene, and we'll break it down, in an episode of SVU, one of my favorite shows. So a casual scene would be we've discovered the body and are finding information. There may be like 3 casual scenes. So ask witness, casual, investigate victim. But then it will be like encounter, someone runs away. Encounter, we need to find new clues. Encounter, interrogation. So what this would be is then a link scene would go right here. Then a link would go here, being like someone gets spooked. Someone gets spooked. Someone runs away. We need to find new clues. Link. We understand. We bring in a person, interrogation, and then be like link, interrogation successful, but interrogation successful, but cryptic evidence. Then casual scene. You're breaking down pretty much your favorite episode of anything into these scenes of something is happening, but we don't really have any control for it. We're not really going into anything we're planning. You're planning someone running away. Like, hey, someone gets spooked and starts running. You can all now plan on what you're going to approach it. Stabler might just dead sprint after them and, try to choke slam them. While, another officer may like, okay, I'm going to go around the side. And I completely forgot the one. I know her name is Mariska. I cannot remember her. Benson might do something else. Munch might do something else. Everyone's doing something else on how they are approaching it. However, cryptic evidence, and it would be like casual scene. We think it's X. Encounter, find X. Encounter, that would be something like link scene. We found X. Encounter, gunfight. There we go. I just plotted you an entire fucking episode, a one-shot campaign of fucking Okaa-San's Big Happy Family. Here's like, we've discovered something's going on. Hey, someone's doing something. We got to catch them. Now, mind you, fucking up encounters changes the story. Or doing well in an encounter. These are your turning points right here when you get to the encounters. Those are when things change. So let's say, like, oh, we catch the guy. That's path A. But like, we fail to catch the guy. Now we're at path B. Things have changed. We split the story. But that's fine, that's the point. You don't really, like, things will change broadly. That's the purpose. You are fucking up because you fucked up. But you're still going into, like, here's the situation. The big thing about casual scenes is if I need to ask a witness, but then I need to punch the witness in the face, I have to roll a snap check. But if I have to, we're going into a plan, then that's a little bit different. If someone gets spooked, opportunity check. You're already kind of, the astute observer is probably already seeing how things are pulling out. You can build a campaign, an entire episode of this, very simple, but that's the point. The goal is to have a problem, and you have to establish that in that first scene. One of three different styles. Actually, what I'll do is I'll add 4 different styles. I'll add another one, 4 different styles. Story, casual, encounter, and link. And then, we're going to do a link scene. Links are the little moments in between scenes that allow the agents to determine their next course of action. While never very long, link scenes serve as an important point in allowing agents to determine the current events. Link scenes should be used after major revelations. Or situations demanding it. The agents will determine their course of action and then proceed. Link scenes are always followed up by encounters, by casual scenes or encounter scenes. Like, a link scene might be like in game. A link scene might be like 30 seconds. It's in every campaign you've ever played, you've undergone a link scene. It's the, oh no, the kobold runs away. And when the party kind of takes that second to kind of look at each other and say, hey, what's the plan? And then someone says, oh, okay, we chase after the goblin, or we chase after the kobold, or we let the kobold go. No, we'll hold back, we'll let them handle what we need. We don't need. That's where things get interesting. That's those little things. I'm codifying them here because sometimes what'll happen is I don't want people to think that casual scenes will immediately go to encounters. That can occur, but there's always that little bit in the middle that allows people to make decisions. Let's interview a witness. The witness gets spooked. Something's wrong. Now, that's where the link scene comes in. They're spooked. What happens? Okay, well, the agent's pissed. You're not doing what I need you to do. I'm going to beat your fucking skull in. You're going to make a snap check. You're acting really quick to say, no, not happening. Or, you're like, okay, we need to talk to them more. We need to calm them down. What's their worries? What's their problems? We're going to make we're going to go into the encounter, which is we need to convince this person what's going on. Like, we need to calm them down. Both are valid options. That's the thing. Everything is a valid option during a link scene. But it's just that moment, that kind of freeze frame moment we need to decide. Actually, I should say little moments in scene. If the handler wishes, these can also be freeze frame moment. Freeze frames allowing the agents to discuss Next course of action, while the world waits in anticipation. Now, why am I putting this in here? I'm putting this in here because I fucking hate game masters who, like, well, everything is happening at the exact same time, especially when you have bigger groups. Like, a 3-person group, that's different. Yeah, you can kind of go. If people are taking, like, a long time, then it's just like, yeah, okay, let's get going. Or for things like paranoia, then it's fine. But there comes points when you have, like, a 7-person group that, oh, well, everything's happening in real time. Ha ha ha, Lamau, ha ha ha. I'm like, no. Like, there are 7 bodies here. We are not in that moment. We are sitting around a table. Like, that's one thing I always have to, like, get people to understand sometimes is you're not actually going to be an agent for the secret police. You're not a glowy. I don't expect you to know everything that's going on. Now, it's good to have split-second decisions. It's good to give people that, like, okay, we got a little bit of a second to kind of decide, like, here's what we're going to do. Everyone's like, okay, now, good idea. We're snapping into action. Cool. But it's also good to kind of understand, like, okay, here's the situation. Here's the problem. What do you want to do? You're on the clock. You know, you have a few seconds. You know, you got a minute to decide. If you have, like, 4 people who are not quite on the same page at some points, that might be the only solution. So that's it. Play it by ear and freeze frame as appropriate. Okay, so now we get to the problem child, otherwise known as the encounter. So, encounter scenes. So, encounter scenes and encounter scene. Wait, is a situation in which the agent is threatened with a good time. An encounter scene is a situation where the agents have prepared, go into it ever so slightly, and roll a planning check, or have an opportunity check. Or have an opportunity check beforehand. Encounters have the agents encounters have the agents be threatened with their metrics in some way, as well as having a distinct goal in mind. Encounter difficulty. Encounter difficulty measures the amount of successes needed to fully pass the situation. However, a single encounter may have multiple. How do I want to word this? Encounter difficulty. Actually, encounter scenes contain fuck, how do I want to word this? Pretty much the idea is what I'm trying to get across. The main thing is encounters have quote checks or actions that need to take place. That take place in them. And them allowing the agent to spend their pre-rolled successes on completing. So, for example, we are sneaking into a cult facility. Now, the agents may go in there saying, like, okay, we have to sneak in. Like, we need to sneak in. All right, cool. Like, you're sneaking in. Let's see what we're going to be rolling. We're going to be rolling. Let me see. It's going to be grace plus. Grace plus operating. That's kind of like what most people are rolling. It's grace plus operating. Why do people keep pinging me in this fucking server? Oh, wow. Look, it's fucking Darth Plagueis. Wait a second. Is he... Oh, wow. Merchants Guild 3. Let's mute everything, because fucking Darth is a fucking idiot. Ban me, Darth. I fucking dare you, you cucka. Big old dick. With his micro penis. Sneak in. Grace plus operating. Let's say we roll like 4 successes. Which, mind you, planning successes are easier. It's a 4, 5, 6 instead of just a raw 6. That's the point. Like, okay, we have our successes, and it might be like, okay, you need to sneak past a guard. Like, we need to sneak past a guard. Like, okay, that's going to take a success. Or, okay, we sneak past the initial guards. All right, sneak past, let's say, we've snuck past everyone. But the problem is, let's say we have, if it's just me, I only need to spend 1 success. But let's say, for example, I want to sneak into, we're in the big main area, we're kind of going around, we're looking around, we're like, oh no, something's weird is going on here. We want to sneak around the guards into the back. It's going to be 2 successes to do that. And that's like, okay, so we're in the back now. We're kind of looking around, fishing around, and then we have to say, like, okay, we want to look for clues. And I get 1 success. There we go. We spent all our successes, but we're in the back now, looking through files. So we have to make a decision now. We can eat now. This is where the opportunity comes in. I'm like, okay, what do we want to do now? So, let me see. Encounter scenes contain actions that the agents may spend. Contain actions that the agents may spend their planning successes on. Successes on to bypass immediately. Okay, so and then we're gonna put the agents must spend a number of successes equal to the difficulty of the, I keep using the term situation. Fuck. The difficulty of the action. If a agent cannot succeed with their successes, Another agent can pick up the slack. And another agent can assist by spending their successes. So pretty much, if you have the really good sneaky guy who has a bunch of sneak, cool. He can roll things. You got a guy who power leveled Grayson operating, cool. You can spend his 4 successes sneaking past the initial guard if I rolled 0. Because I can. Because we planned for this, but unfortunately, my teammates are idiots. This does allow for people to be a little bit sneakier, and that's good. Let me see. Am I spending? Should the neater? Actually, what I should say is we're going to make a chart. Ding dong, more charts are needed. And then we'll do something like counteraction difficulty. Your ADs. Counteraction difficulty. And then we'll do easy. Actually, average is going to be 1. So it'd be like 1 success is simple. So actually, no, it'll be simple equals 1 success. And difficult equals 2 successes. Complex equals 3 successes. Hard equals 4 successes. And then it wouldn't be impossible, but it would be, we'll do masterful, 5 successes. When in agent, actually what I should say is agents during this time may still perform snap checks. Still perform snap checks. Snap checks to fix situations, to assist to assist in problems not accounted for by the original planning role. Things have completely fallen apart. When things have either completely fallen apart, or when the agents collectively decide they may make an opportunity check. Actually, no, how do we want to do this? Okay. Not accounted for by the original planning. The original planning role. If the agent cannot succeed with successes, so now we have to do what I can actually do is When things go poorly, the agents begin to suffer. The agents begin to suffer. If an agent is unable to succeed at an action with planning dice, and is unable to fix the situation with a snap check, is unable to succeed in action with the planning dice, and or unable to fix the situation with a snap check. I should put in is before that. All actions come into varieties. Force, how do I want to say it? Beats and opportunity. Not opportunities. Fuck. Opportunity synonym. Come on, give me what I need. Beat and chance. Yeah, beats and chances. A beat is a guaranteed check. It's guaranteed action that the agents will be needing to succeed at to continue the scene. While a chance actually come in 3 varieties. Beats, chances, and extended check and extensions. Extended actions. Extensions. B is guaranteed action. The agent will have to succeed. Will need to succeed at to continue the scene. Well, a chance is a situational advantage. Agent can optionally is a situation that the agent may spend their successes on to find out more information, secure an advantage, or simply waste terribly because of a red herring. Finally, extension actions take place over a long time with each agent contributing their successes to its overall success. Completion of the goal. We go poorly, the agent will suffer. If an agent is unable to succeed at an action with planning dice, is unable to fix the situation with a snap check, they will pay the cost. They'll pay the cost pay the difference by increasing their metrics. Each encounter has a number of metrics, has a set of metrics being threatened. When the agent fails, they will increase the threatened metrics by the number of failures. They will choose to distribute the failures. Let me see. Difference by may pay the difference by increasing their metrics. I will choose to distribute the failure among their metrics. I'm not entirely happy with this. Something isn't adding up. What isn't adding up? I don't know. But put in a side note. Side note, an example encounter. An example encounter. The agents are tasked with interviewing and investigating the local cyber pagan cult on the outskirts, which have been accused of malicious. Has been accused of stealing bliss shipments. The agents decide on a two-pronged assault. Two of the agents will approach diplomatically. So we'll do drama and empathy. Diplomatically to negotiate with the cult. The cultists. While the other two will engage in skullduggery. My engagement by sneaking in through the back, which will be grace plus operating. All four agents roll their dice. All the four agents roll their dice, and then we'll do Agent Adams, Agent Bell, Agent Clara, and Agent Deke. Agent Deacon. 3 successes, 2 fails. 4 successes, 3 fails. 2 successes, 2 fails. 3 success. Actually, we'll do something like that. 4 fails, 3 successes, 3 fails. And we'll do sneak team, diplomatic team, diplomatic team. The Clara and Deacon will need to spend a success to simply navigate through the rough back area to sneak into the rear of the building, while Adams and Bell debate with the cult leader. Adams spends 2 of his successes in a, what would be a good option we want to do? I usually don't do this, but I kind of need to do this for my own sanity. Beats chance. In a chance. Spends 2 of his successes in a chance action to inquire about the bliss. While at the same time, Clara makes a snap check to knock out a guard. After some time, sneak team with no successes left, successfully find the remaining shit. The capture shipments, messaging Adams and Bell about the situation. Adams and Bell are forced to make a beat action to play off the leader's insinuation that they may be stalling. Clara fails. Actually, not Clara. That would be Adams fails, increasing his, what would be his threat? Increasing his ego by 1. The leader susses out that things are not as planned, only to discover that there is a KO guard. Adams and Bell decide it's time for a more direct approach. Making an opportunity check. That would be, if we want to go, it would be anger. Anger plus physicality. To start bashing skulls, while Clara and Deacon make the same check. Same check to assist. The cultist, the fight against the cults is an extended check. Extension check. A difficulty of, let's see if we have a basic difficulty. What would be? Say it's complex. We'll do difficulty check at 15. And 15, threatening the agent's meat. Hopefully, things go according to plan. So, diplomatically, threatened ego, threatened meat. There we go. Because I want people to have options. I want people to enjoy themselves, to make fun, because I usually find in the fucking story games, you don't get this, you end up with, like, wishy-washy, like, far more things. Because this would be, like, to give you a little bit more in the idea of, in like, PBTA, it would be a lot more, like, okay, you've made a move. Like, this would be an entire, like, this would just be someone making a move. This would be someone making a move. And then you would immediately skip to something like over here. Like, that's it. And so I'm giving this a little bit more meat, and I want to give it more meat, but I want it to make sure that you are the one doing it. Which is the point. That you are doing it. Because it's you playing the game. Okay, so and then we're going to have story scenes. I forgot about you. Story scenes. Exposition is sometimes mandatory to make narrative flow. Story scene, have the agents come to a realization, or allow them to set up, or allow the handler to set up future scenes. Flow story scenes are allow the handler to set up future scenes by making a situation occur, or allowing things to start off. Story scenes are reserved for the introduction, epilogue, and any God, what's the term? It's a term in video. Set pieces. That's it. And any set pieces that occur in the story. These are usually dramatic and make sure everything is working as planned, and setting up events. Setting up or showing the knocked down events. Use them sparingly for only important moments. There we go. Not really much, but I don't need much there. And I would put it like right up here. But I didn't. Can I fit story scenes like right here? I can fit story scenes right there. Nice. Fuck that. There we go. You can see how important story scenes are to the game. Oh, God. Yeah. So we've got the encounter system solved. Okay, we're gonna do equipment now. Alright, equipment's gonna be a little bit weird, but shouldn't be too. Equipment. Agents are dedicated field operatives of Okaa-San. Okaa-San and family. With Okaa-San's Okaa-San and the authorities limitless assets, it's bound to allow agents to bring in important actually dedicated field operatives, focus on, and the authority. Each agent is given a set of tools to assist in their mission. Being in a post-scarcity society, little is readily very little is actually expensive. The only things that are not available to quote regular people are weapons and non-authority approved objects such as paraphernalia or pictures of the outside. Most things are in such abundance. I used to get that are in such abundance or available by 3D printing. That little is up to debate. That few things hold significant value. Value to some, to most. But to the agents, every item they have, major tools they possess are important to them. Because every single specialty has special things with them, such as having uniform, having protection, having augments, special accesses, or just having outfits. Memento of the past, Hikamori bandana, an old reminder of the past, foreign weapon. When making a planning or snap check, actually, when making a check of any variety, if an agent possesses an item that matches the training or approach being used, then they will add an additional success. Then add an additional success to their check. Most equipment found in the field. Possesses an item that so this is a piece of equipment or an item that matches the training or approach being used and will add an additional success to their check. An agent finding success to their check. An agent requests or finds additional tools that they do not possess an emotional attachment to. Or 2, it will contribute nothing. Check outside of the narrative situation, the narrative weight it provides. Footnote. A gun can shoot people. A gun can shoot people. A phone can call people. A shirt can be worn, etc. Like, what this is not every single item is going to be an important item. However, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. Because you're not, every item isn't really supposed to have like a significant amount of like weight to it. It's mostly supposed to be about, hey, it's, you know, training or approach, something that means something to you. So like, for example, the Sohei here, he has a holy book and a religious symbol. Anytime he's making an empathy check or a logic check, he's going to add a free success. Because his holy book is his own kind of logical assumption about how things operate, and his religious symbol is, hey, I remember that I was, you know, at one point a good person. You know, compare and contrast the Burakumin, where they have a foreign weapon, which is physicality. Pretty much anytime they're using it to really hurt people or to do something with it, they're going to be adding it because it's something foreign to them. It's something foreign to the city that is terrible and corrupt, but beautiful at the same time, as well as an old reminder of the past, which is dramatic. And that could be really anything. Some of them are really open of the interpretation. What is an old reminder of the past? It might be a jacket, it might be a cap, it might be something that reminds you of who you are, and anytime you have rolled drama, you're adding that because you're distinctive. It's something odd. Then you get things such as like the Hikamori bandana, idle augments that allow you to change yourself. That's the point. Oh, actually, what I should do. Only things that are not approved by regular people, weapons and non-authority approved objects, such as paraphernalia or pictures of the outside world. Non-authority approved objects, which fluctuates every year. Those things are in abundance. Augmentation. Augmentation is available for every citizen, as long as they can prove they are correct, they are taking their medication, and are under the influence. Those who are unable to are often are often found with scrappy tools. Are usually found without serious or quality prosthetics. Because guess what? If you don't take the drugs, you aren't getting your hand fixed. Because like one of the big things I want to get across with this society is that everything you want is yours. You just have to surrender you. Which is kind of like its own. I don't want players to feel comfortable, but I want them to understand why this society is the way that it is. Like, oh no, it's so awful that nobody has any free will and everyone has to be under drugs and everything is so awful. But it's like, under that effects, under the bliss and all that, everything is fine. Everything is great and wonderful. And you're still making decisions. You can still make those decisions. You just start doing it higher than a kite and perceiving the entire world completely different. Yeah, you're voting in elections. The elections don't mean anything. But that's not the point. It's supposed to make you feel good. You sit down in front of the TV, you watch your television shows, you watch the rivals, you watch the pretty things go flash. You desensitize. And the people making sure that this society works, it's family and Okaa-San and the authority. Like we're taking away your individuality. We're taking away the you. However, we are giving you whatever you want. And I want it to feel, it's kind of tragic, but it's also understandable and like why you are doing the thing that you are. You are the secret police. You're trying to make sure that everyone else stays happy because like that's one thing I always see with dystopias that I always find it interesting in some dystopias where it's like, oh man, this is so awful and so awful being like, yeah, it's awful to you because you're not enjoying it. I always ask myself, what would a dystopia be where everyone's just fine with it? If you really inquire, it's a shithole. However, you've pretty much put the mask over everyone's face and saying everything is fine. If you don't believe it's fine, you're lying. You know, do not look behind. Hell, that's almost the tagline. Do not look behind the mirror. Because again, it's what it needs. Everything is great and wonderful in Oz. The problem is that it's Oz, and it's corrupt. It's flawed. Its people are not entirely happy, but you live with it. Because you live in this idyllic world of color. Steam also wants to restart. It sucks because it's the only way that makes you want to be happy, but you want other people to be happy. So, agent starting equipment. Actually, what we do is agent basic loadout. Each agent is given a basic loadout in addition to their initial items at agent creation. The handler may opt to give the agents more or less, but this is the absolute basics. The agents more. Oh god, no. Summer sale. Maybe I'll give more. We don't need this. More, but this is the absolute basics. So what would be the absolute basics? So we're going to have a family suit. Suit. The basic uniform. Family members is a black suit. Black suit. Alternatively, let's see. So it would be, let me see, woman in. So that would be a suit. So we would want to do. So yeah, no, it'd just be a. Yeah, I know what I'm looking for. Basic uniform of family members is a black suit. Is a black suit with appropriate undershirt. 4 changes of clothes. Family provided. Family provided clothing for some more stealth oriented or blending activities. Call phone for a call actually would be a would be the most dystopian sounding phone possible. A U-phone 23. And that would be U-phone TM is an authority sponsored phone system allowing actually what I should say is family called blanked, allowing agents to make calls, but they will display as a null number to non-family agents. So, okay, we got the family suit, 4 changes of clothes, U-phone 23. A gap gun. Generic all-purpose gun is a generic all-purpose gun is a 5-shot handgun reserve for agents in the field. Can only properly be used when a uncle can only be authorized to use by the agent's handler. Why? Because just bringing out a handgun can kind of change the situation. Agents are given 3 doses of bliss of actually what we'll call it a bliss. a bliss to inject into Blisswalkers who are on the verge of understanding, who witness traumatic events, and assistant personnel are unable to arrive. Oh no, you saw something you really shouldn't. Oh god, this is horrible. Stab. Well, I don't care anymore. Like, exactly. That's not the point. You're not supposed to care. That should be everything. Our weapons are not authority approved objects. Now, what does this mean? Non-authority approved objects? That's do whatever the fuck you want, GM. It doesn't really matter in lore even. It's just like do whatever. I could not actually care what you do. You know, like you may say, oh well, that's kind of like wearing down the setting. That's kind of the point. I want things to feel ethereal and weird and strange and like not something is wrong, but you can't really put on like what actually is wrong. It's just like something is very bad and like we should all be slightly worried about what's going on, but nobody really wants to say it. 4 changes of clothes. Actually, what I should do is 4 changes of clothes. Now, mind you can have your own shit, but this is just what is provided to you. Okay, so where are we? We're not done with equipment. What else really needs to be done? Outside me putting in, like, pictures and stuff. I guess episode construction and campaign construction. Let's see. Well, let's ask. Here. Big happy family. How? There is really only one little section left. Actually, no, fuck it. Fuck it. I'll just do it live. Which means I'm just gonna I'll just do it all. We'll make this a 2-episode thing just because like there just wasn't a lot to actually go over. Like this was the entire game. And it kind of adds up because we're gonna take a second to look at another game real fast. We're gonna look at okay, I do have that plugged in. Where is it? Give us PBTA. No, where are you? General systems? No, that's in general systems. Not foreign games. Notepad. Find fucking Henshin or whatever. Henshin. No, why are you clicking there? We go into modernish Henshin Sentai or TPG. So this is the basic playset of the game, but like there isn't actually much here. Like this is the game. The game is 12 pages, and that's really it. Now, mind you, this is like the basic game, but this is literally the game. Like, if you actually want to just play Henshin, just get the playset. This is literally all you need. You don't need anything else in that game. Where is it? Like, okay, here. So, you may say, "Oh wow, it's 95 pages." Now, here's the thing that gets a little bit odd. Like, okay, uh, page 50 is when the game ends. You may be saying, "Wow, page 50, that's a lot." But the problem is, the only reason it is that long is because they do this shit, which is like incredibly dense text, and every single fucking character takes up one page individually. And then there's the 17,000 fucking example characters, which we have to go over. Or you have all the narrating henshin parts. And then it's like, okay, we've gotten to this point. Let's go over more like this really dense like example plays. I don't do example plays because I feel it's kind of weird. Then it's like, here's how you make a monster. But then like henshin modules, this means nothing. Like, none of this actually means anything. Because it's a fucking... Like, that doesn't work anymore. Like, none of this section actually means anything. There's not actually that much to this game. But you can bulk out a game really easily. But that's the point. You have to bulk the game out. But don't worry, everyone. We'll be dealing with Henshin tomorrow. Otherwise known as Henshin Hero, the new hit game by Notepad Anon, which absolutely everybody should be excited about because I'm going to make a Chinese bootleg of Henshin. It's going to be great. Give me 1 second. I forgot I need to post a picture real fast. Yeah, there we go. I don't think people are quite ready for the level of shit posting that Henshin Hero is going to be. But it will be truly fucking legendary of how much shit posting is going to go into that game. But the goal of Henshin Hero, at the end of the day, the goal of Henshin Hero is I'm going to write a game. I'm going to make it as small and easy as compact as possible. I'm going to have minimal shitpost tier art, and I'm going to put it on itch.io for $2.50. That is it. I'm going to put it on everywhere I can. That's $2.50. And I'm curious. I am morbidly curious how many people are going to buy that shit just to see my shitpost tier art. It's going to be less than a fucking coffee. But it's like, do people actually care about quality? And that's the thing. Because the thing is, I'm going to make the game free, though. That'll be the real kicker. That's the real joke. The real gamer take is I'm going to be making the game free on my website and among people I actually like. Everyone else is going to have to pay $2.50. $2.50, baby. Happy birthday, situation analysis. I should actually change the equipment. Memories in Chrome. Actually, we can do Chrome and memories. So, we'll say, fuck it, we're doing it tonight. We'll finish up Okaa-San. So, episode construction and campaign construction. Wow, actually, I really don't need to do episode construction because I go over that in scenes. Oh. Wow, okay. I guess we'll just do campaign stuff. So, yeah, this is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I'm in the process of being a literal genius. I fucking bamboozled myself. Okay, so load home. The seasons, and the campaign, seasons. And Okaa-San's Big Happy Family. Alright, Okaa-San's Big Happy Family is designed around the episode. A single session where a single or few or very few sessions of gameplay to tell a simple story of an investigation my members' family. Should the handler wish to continue the game, continue past a single episode, then consult seasons. Seasons are multiple episodes strung together with the intent of telling a larger narrative. The intention of telling a larger narrative involving far more intimate characters and situations. Telling a large narrative to compensate the length of the season. Individual agents are able to become stronger and more able after each episode. If an agent had at the end of an episode, the agent gains 10 advancement points. God, I need a lot less gamey term. Improvements. God, that's really weird. How do I want to word this? Pretty much what it is going to be 10 good boy points minus metric damage. Your current metrics. So the idea is like if I have 3 metrics, if I have three slots effectively of my metrics, I'm only going to get 7 of my good boy points. Actually gain 10 favor. At the end of the app, the agent gains 10 favor. 10 favor to increase their prowess. However, favor is reduced by the amount of metrics the agent has sustained, representing rest and recuperation between episodes. Hence why you shouldn't have too many casual scenes, so everyone just knocks it all the way down. That's the point. Everyone's doing something, and like a casual scene is kind of a, I can get more information, or I can try to reduce my metrics by a little bit. Representing rest and recuperation behind scenes. An agent can never have a negative favor. Negative favor though. What I'm gonna do is put a footnote right here. Footnote. Say Agent A has taken 3 meat in damage. Let's see. Agent A has taken 3 meat in metric. That's taken 3 meat. 3 meat. They would reduce their 10 favor by 3, equaling 7. Equaling 7. If Agent B took 1 meat, 1 ego, 1 bliss, and 1 bliss, they too would be at 7 total favor. Like, just to give, I want to reinforce the idea of like, you are gaining and losing favor pretty easily. That's the point. It's okay to lose favor. Like, it's not like a big, oh no, I've fundamentally fucked myself over. No. Because you're not really supposed to advance too much. Let me actually do a agent 10 points distributed among to a maximum of 5. Okay. And now we get to do agent increase in approach, and increase in approach by 1. And we'll put it in table. Well, actually, we'll make this a table. So we want to do ability, actually, increase, question mark? No, what's called advancement. Advancement. Advancement and cost. We'll do this, and increase in approach by 1. It's going to cost approach value times 3. So if you have a 3 in it, if you want to increase your 3 to a 4, you're going to pay it 9. And then we want to increase training by 1. It's going to be training value times 2. A little bit easier to increase your training because it's just you training. Not too difficult. Gain a new quirk. Gain a new quirk is going to be a solid 8. Actually, unlucky. What's it? Lucky numbers in Japan. 7. Okay. Gain a new quirk. 7. Change a detriment to a quirk. Actually, we're going to do 14 and we'll make this 7 because 14 is 7 times 2. It's hard to get new quirks, but that's the point because quirks are actually really good. Because quirks allow you to, if we go down, wait, okay, quirks, take up 2, Anytime they add an additional success regardless of the roll. That is kind of fucking insane. Mostly if you kind of stack yourself. So I want people to have detriments and quirks into this is where you're getting a lot of your things regardless. Actually, yeah, anytime it affects their, ability. But yeah, again, gaining a new quirk, good. Losing quirk, bad. Actually, what I should do is number of quirks. Number of quirks times 3, and then changing a detriment to a quirk is just going to be set. Actually, number of quirks and detriments times 3. So if we do that, I have 1, it's going to cost me 3 to pick up a new quirk. If I have 3, that's going to cost me 9 to do it. So, okay, yeah, the cost goes effectively, it's going to be 3, 9, and then you need another detriment, another quirk, so it would be 3, 9, increase it by 6, wouldn't it? Yeah, so it would be 3 times not plus 9. So if I want to get another quirk after that, it would be 15. So yeah, no, quirks are very expensive later on, but the idea is change detriments to quirks. Hey, I have a cheap prosthetic leg. I'm going to change it to I have a good leg now. Hey, I'm claustrophobic. Hey, I've got over, like conquered my fear. Like even the things like I conquered my fear of claustrophobia, or I'm hideous. Hey, I've kind of owned my hideousness. Instead of just being hideous, I'm a fucking terrifying individual. Yeah, it's like use these as ways to inform these. That's the point. Like you want to, you as yourself are your problems as well as your good things. It's okay. Cost. Favor. Actually, what I should do is favor cost. And then we want to gain a new item. Get a new item. Actually, attach to a new item. Is going to be lucky numbers in Japan. It's 3 lucky in Japan. Actually, let me see. Items give free successes, so we want to do. We'll do a flat 5, and let people kind of say, "Hey, this is my item. Hey, this is it." Actually, replace a lost item. It's going to be 3. Hey, I lost my foreign weapon. I'm going to get a replacement for it. It's going to do the exact same thing. You're not gaining anything, nor are you losing anything. It's just there. Why? Because you will probably lose shit. Okay, cool. Where's the footnote? Where's the footnote? Where's the footnote? There we go. God fucking damn it. Every time. Okay, sustained. You can never have negative fate. Can never have negative favor. Actually representing rest, recuperation, and repentance. And then we're going to post this. Paste on links. Do I want to be jank about it? I think I have to be a little bit jank about it. So we're going to do this. We're going to insert a table 2 by 2. And we're going to throw advancement right in this one. And you may be wondering what I'm doing here. And what I'm doing is a part that I forgot. So, if an agent becomes compromised during an episode and unfortunately is removed from play. At the end of the episode, the player will make a new agent to join the squad. They have no favor and no special items outside of their own. If the handler is running an exceptionally long season, then they may choose to grant quote free favor to allow them to maintain use through to balance things out. I'm not saying you have to, nor am I saying you can't. My philosophy is, I've actually had characters die, and it always is like oh fuck. I always hate it when it's like kind of late, or like kind of in that awkward middle point where like okay, and oh shit, a character's dead. And when that happens, it kind of becomes a game of like, all right, guess we're just you have to make a decision. My usual decision is start normal and we'll get the same amount of experience. If I'm doing kind of like a higher, like a nicer game, if I'm not being really nice, then things obviously change, but there you go. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. See, I wish you could remove like this weird, because right now this is just a blank space. Because what it is, the table is reading that this is a space that you can type words in. However, you can't because of how tables are inserted into Google Docs. It's very strange. I do not like it. I wish there was a way to fix it, but there just isn't. That's just not a thing that you can do in Google Docs. Which, I long for the day Google Docs gets like a good solid improvement. It'll never happen, but this little notepad can believe, right? All right. So, is there anything else? Anything else that I'm missing here? I don't believe so. Most likely what will occur is I'll put some more artwork and stuff in that I can find. I was I was having difficulty finding artwork. I might add a new class just so I can put the Oni down below and have the same format as the rest of them. But that'll be pretty much it. I don't know what I'll add, but it'll probably get added. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What are we looking at? Word count. We're looking at about 4,000 words. No. We're looking at about 4 grand, 4,000 words. Not terribly. About that is what I expected. So what's the dealio there, Bob? What's the complicating factor? Fuck this. I do not get how people write these narrative games. I do not understand how it My brain likes it when there is very clear X to Y to Z's. I like kind of finding that mechanical grit to things. My players like that mechanical grit. Not really like dense, but just the idea of if I roll X, I will get Y, which is sometimes hard in these games. And even here, like I had to like explicitly say, don't do what traditional story games do, and like, oh, well, you rolled a 12 up, but I'm the GM and I've decided that I don't want you to succeed. No, it's like set up encounters, make sure things are easy to understand, allow them to in like do things like here's a clear value of success and here's a clear value of failure. Do it, but even then I'm not entirely happy with it just because of how flighty it is. And I was explaining this to my mom earlier today, being like, I feel like I'm a fucking horror director trying to direct a fucking goddamn rom com. Like, it's just so incompatible to what I'm used to. And I think I may have overcompensated in some aspects. I may not have overcompensated in some other. I don't know. Just because story games are so out of my expertise. Like those hardcore narrative experiences are just not my cup of tea. They never have been either. That just isn't my part. I don't do that. But am I completely happy with the game? I mean, it could be worse. Roughly speaking, about the nature of what I was undertaking here, I think it works. I could add some. I'm probably again, like I said, I'm going to add another specialty. Probably add some more like artwork and stuff like down like here is kind of a blank space. Like here's kind of awkward. Like just add some more stuff. Like this was like really simple how I wanted to do this just because I wanted to represent it. But I need to add more just little stuff in that regard. But overall, there just isn't really much else to do with this game. Will this be a game that I come back to at a later time? Probably. And I say that not out of like, the game is bad, I must go back to fix things. No, I go back, like, I need to go back to it. No, I don't. Why did I click on that? Uh, I got completely thrown off loop there. I'm clicking on a fucking video from the baby. Overall, I'm happy with it. It's not like a explicit bad game you need to fix later, but more a I need to come back when I've learned more about these kind of games. I've learned, on the glorious G and S scale, I've learned a lot about G's and learned a lot about S's. I don't know that narrativist style as much as I think I should, but the thing is, I don't like that kind of style. That kind of goes against my own philosophy because I like things to be a little bit meatier, just to allow players and allow characters, give players more options. Hell, even this is not like this kind of violates some like strict narrativist rules, even. But it's like, how do you commit fully to it? But this was Notepad writes a fucking narrative game. But and overall, I believe the system functions, and I could probably add more things about like the nature, like more specific like Okaa-San things, because the only thing that really ties into the setting is the fact that Bliss is there and the classes. But I could apply this system to many other things, which it might end up in my lexicon as Notepad's narrative nightmare, which it probably will because it's my narrative nightmare and I can never escape it. Like the D2000 system, just making it a generic system. Like I can do whatever the fuck I want with this now. And it'll work. So what's on the docket? What's on the Listerino? Boys, lads, the fellas. Well, we're not gonna. Yeah, we gotta delete all this shit. Give me one second. Let me just take an erase right here. Just delete that. Go away. Go away, all of you. Let me just. Can I do like a mass select? Oh, yeah. Just delete you. It's just delete everything. There, it's gone. I no longer have to think about it. But what's on the docket for now? Here, let me just. Well, we're gonna be doing a Weekend Warrior stream tomorrow. We're gonna be working on a bootleg game. We're gonna work on Henshin Hero. Uh, the entire idea behind Henshin Hero is that it is a delusional shitpost that has just gotten out of hand because it is going to be about it's taking the Henshin game formula and but making it like a Chroma Squad-esque thing. You're not superheroes, you are the actors playing superheroes as well as the production assistants playing superheroes as you do things to keep the show alive. And I'm going to put in things like, hey, like I'm not, it's not going to be a complex system. The goal is not to make a complex game in these ones. They're bootlegs. They're bootlegs deliberately made to sell shit. It's peddling garbage. But that peddling that garbage is my point. But it's going to be a lot nice and simple game about being a Henshin hero, a transform hero, where you transform and you beat the shit out of things. But it's like when you're designing the campaign, it's like, okay, what's our age rating? What's our budget looking like? Do we have stunt doubles even? Because if you have stunt doubles, you can do more impressive things. And like I'm encouraging you to like, yeah, bump your stats up because you yourself aren't really doing the stunts. Someone else is doing the stunts. And it's like all those things, kind of doing like here's the big team attacks or how everybody you don't die. If you get downed and you just like, oh no, you roll a d6. On a 6, you get back up. And then the next round, if you don't get back up, if you get back up on a 5 and a 6, next round, 4, 5, 6. Because the idea is that it's part of the show. If everyone gets defeated, okay, that's in the show. Like the GM is going to be called a show writer for God's sakes, because that's kind of the pitch. Like this happened because the show said it was going to happen. Or like it's very dramatic. Like, oh no, you've been defeated for like 5 seconds, but you just hop back up and punch someone in the face because it's the show. But you want star ratings, and I might put in things like here's a big old list of things that the producer wants. Hey, you have to perform a team attack this time, and everyone gets star power. Hey, everyone, you have to defeat all the goons. Or hey, you have to 3 of you have to go down. Like you have to deliberately go down. Or things like that where it's like I don't want to do like the showrunner is like, all right, here's what the producer wants, and we have to put it in the show. While the players are like, oh Jesus, how are we going to do this? How can we do this? And where are we going to be able to do it? And I want to encourage people to make insane monsters, but that's also kind of where the budget goes in. Like, are you fighting an actual monster, or are you fighting some like dude in like a latex suit who like flops around and he's not really that threatening, but he's not supposed to be. Or then you have things like their age ratings. You can play it on a fucking little eight, like for little kids. That's like the idea I had today when I was walking. Play it on like a really young kids, and if any player says the word fuck, they lose points. You have to reshoot the scene because you can't say the word fuck. You have to follow FTC guidelines because you're a children's show. Little Timmy cannot, hear that word. Or if it's like a teen thing, you could say the word fuck once. You can't do it anything else. However, the more adult you end up getting, you can kind of start throwing in some of those more like bizarre requests. Like, yeah, this character has to say fuck 5 times. As like as the player, you have to integrate the word fuck 5 times into your basic speech, and you can't just say fuck 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 fuck. No, you have to do it in 5 different places because that's your because we need to get that edgy audience. Or it's like, oh hey, you have to have a like a heart to heart conversation with this character about drugs or something. It's like why? It's like because the FTC wants it. Looking at this, anything else that's really on the list? No, not really. Actually, what I should do is Okaa-San. However, our next game, which will probably be Monday, and if what's going to happen if I'm not comfortable with it on Monday, by Monday, I should say, I will probably shift it to Wednesday. It's going to take me a little bit to get this like where I want it to do because it kind of came out of nowhere and I thought this was going to take longer. But it's Gachimuchi Dharma Seekers, Bar Exalted, wrestling. I'm going to have to make an entire like deeply integrated wrestling game about muscle men wrestling monsters and themselves in submission while achieving Buddhist nirvana. And it's like, oh god, like we're doing it. We're ready. Let's fucking go. So thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Godspeed, good luck, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Goodbye.